it like a pro even if you're not one. Start with Lowe's and pick up the brands pros rely on and pick up the know-how to get it done right. With a reputation on the line, pros know that brands like Purdy and Cabot deliver solid results. So if the go-to pro brands work for the big jobs, you can count on them to work for your projects. For the know-how, like choosing colors to taping and techniques, you can count on Lowe's for as little or as much help as you need. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi folks, this is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
We're playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN, Intercom Radio.
One day, shuck a corn and baling hay. Here comes soothing neighbor's wife with a glass of tea and her dress too tight. All the women knew all over town Joe had the biggest barn around. We showed it off soon one day. Take long till the head caught fire. They ran out as the flames went high. Joe barely had his pants on yet when the bullet buzzed right by Joe's head. Rumors and embers float all over town. You play with fire, you leave ash on your ground. Lessons we learned are so simple, true yet profound. Took another man's corn and your barn burns down. You know what happens. Joe was running for his life. Sue should have been there close behind. She ran back to her husband's arms. Can't make no money if you got no barn. Nobody knows what became of Joe, just disappeared, went up in smoke. Now I'm not saying Sue gets around. Just last week another barn burned down. Rumors and embers float all over town. You play with fire, you leave ash on your ground. Lessons we learned are so simple, true yet profound. Shook another man's corn and your barn burns down. Just like that. Rumors and embers float all over town. You play with fire, you leave ash on the ground. Lessons we learned are so simple, true yet profound. Shook another man's corn, milk another man's cow. Wake up in the morning with your barn burned down. Barn burned
everybody, and welcome to the Paige Roberts Show. It is Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. I had to look at my calendar. But we are Intercom Radio Network, and we're broadcasting live off of Blog Talk Radio. I do want to say we're still doing our songwriting contest going through the summertime. I know I haven't released a final date to get songs in, and I am going to shortly. So you can send 2 songs in and send them into intercomradio@gmail.com. So tonight, my featured artist is singer-songwriter, I should say Tennessee-based singer-songwriter, wild man, Pebo Wilson. I do have him on the phone with me. Hey, Pebo, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing just lovely. Just lovely.
Great. If you didn't listen last night, we had a pretty good show last night with Nashville recording artist Chrissy Isabel. So I just posted a YouTube video out there if people want to go out there and listen to it. That was a long show, too. But it was fun. But if you haven't, I don't know if you've listened to any of the shows yet or not. I know you're probably pretty busy right about now.
Yeah, my plate's pretty full. I try to listen to a lot of stuff when I can, but so much stuff gets sent to me all the time. But right. I do get to it. Eventually, I do get to it.
I know the feeling. I get sent a lot of stuff too. Yeah, music is number one. I get sent to, but I usually just tell people, I like getting the music, but just come on and talk to us,
Well, yeah, get all personal.
Right, and that's what we're here for. So, but yeah, I've been looking at a lot of your stuff today and just reading over some of the stuff that's out there. But usually how I start my shows out is I usually get you to tell our listeners about yourself. You can tell however much you want to tell, or go back as far as you want to go back. Most people go back to when they started playing their guitars or pianos or whatever instrument they play, So, I'm gonna give it to you and let you start out.
Well, I guess I've been playing the honky tonks and bars since I was like 16. Picked it up and found out that I could actually get paid to play country music, because I was like a metal band is what I was through high school. And a guy come to me one day and asked me to play for him, and I told him, you got to, my dad and all, everybody listened to like Merle and George and Johnny and all. That's all I heard all the time, over and over. You get stuck in the vehicle with them, and it's over. It's the same cassette tape that they play over and over. So I got into metal. It was just a rebellion, I guess, against the dad, I guess, who played. But the guy come up to me. He said, wanted me to lead for him, his country band. And I said, man, I don't know about that, man. Country sucks. That's what I told him. And he said, but I'll give you $50. I said, what? You said, you'll pay me to play? He said, yeah. And of course, there, I thought, well, shoot, I'm a rockin' right then. I said, well, how hard could it be? And so I wound up played the first show, and I found out that actually the girls like the country guys just as much as they do the metal guys. So I thought, well, shoot, I could get paid to do it. No, I said, and which I was grazed around it, but I just enjoyed it. But I played them so much. I've got to play with some great artists over the years, like Shenandoah, Sawyer Brown. Man, I never had nobody be, I would say, mean to me. Well, I take David Allen Cole, I guess, he's about the only one I ever had a word or two with. about it. But he still, you can't deny how good he is with this. But I'm got into doing my own stuff and writing my own. I haven't done a cover band show in, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years, I guess, something like that. But then I just whatever it takes to put on a show, I want people to really feel like they get their money's worth. So whether that takes me getting injured or what, but I throw the extremes to it, to a rock show and a country show. But it's entertainment. It's the name of the game. You got to stand out. There's so many artists out there. You got to separate yourself, especially in Nashville. It's really dog eat dog in that territory. Some people won't say that, but they're afraid they might offend somebody. But all my big people are from L.A., so I don't have to deal with that.
That's right. I have really heard a lot in these past few months about Nashville, and it's just like Nashville is just, I don't know. I mean, it's not the music city. I mean, I don't want to say that on the radio, but I don't know where it's going.
Well, I mean, my mama always told me to tell the truth, just tell it like it is, and it'll all work itself out. So that's the way I've always done it. There's a lot that you can't trust in Nashville, and then there are some good ones. I've got some people I work with down a little bit, and you can trust some. But unfortunately, my cousin is a hit songwriter in Nashville, and I used his a little bit of guidance to know who to talk to, who not to talk to, who to deal with, and all. And that just worked out for me. And then I've got the opportunity to write with a lot of hit songwriters in Nashville, such as Brian White and Chris Wallen, Charlie Midnight, Jonathan Perkins. Hey, just so many, and it's really helped me out. But my title seems to be getting bigger and bigger on my name. It started out just entertainer or a country artist, and then it went to Nashville award-winning recording artist. Then it went to / actor, promoter, producer. I don't know. I just quit. It just gets too dang long for me.
Well, I mean, it fits. I mean, and it's what you do. So by all means, that's what you do. I mean, everybody else says it. So, Yeah, that's true too. I just never fit the mold of doing what everybody else does. It just never did appeal to me, I guess you'd say. So somebody crosses the bridge over the river there, well, I'm going to have to swim that river. It's just the way I've always been. I don't know why. But it's paid off for me, but, Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, you're where you at, obviously, for doing that, right?
Right. Yeah, being stubborn. You got to be stubborn and willing to take chances.
And it's the same way with radio. It's sad, but you're always going to have somebody out there that's going to, what do I say, not really turn their nose up, I guess, or just, I don't know the word to say there. But, maybe not like what you're doing, I guess, if that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, radio is just it's a different game altogether, but we're lucky, you got all the internet stuff came out.
Right.
And, because if you're not with the major 3 or 4 labels, it's really hard to compete with all the millions of dollars that's put on a song, and they'll shove it. They'll shove a bad song down your throat, and I don't see how they get away with it. But I guess when you're putting that much money behind it, I guess you get to do more or less what you want to, but that's just a whole different animal in the business.
Well, I would think that I would be honest enough. Would you? Is that what? I mean, that is what somebody wants, isn't it? For someone to be honest with their music and tell you exactly how it is. The critic.
Exactly. I want everybody to be honest with me. I mean, I'm not going to get there in front of somebody in a big crowd or anything and embarrass myself. That I want to know up front. That's the way I look at it.
Well, it's the way to learn, That's the way to learn.
Yeah, but you can, when it comes to, like, say, we'll just say Nashville, for instance. You go down to Nashville and you go to play, you better, I don't care, you're in the studio, they can make you sound like $1 million. But when you go live, you better know what you're doing, and you better have your pitch right, because one show can ruin you down there. Because the word spreads like wild. When I first went to Nashville, everybody seemed to already know about me, even the rock and metal people had come up to me. I didn't have a clue who these people were, but I just be friendly, shake hands, and get to know them, and they tell me what's going on. I did a show at BB King's in Nashville, my first time. And the manager was sort of real cocky and arrogant type going on. And so I just pulled out my guitar and we went to playing, and I decided to set it on fire. Well, I did. I set it on fire. I run in that crowd. Of course, crowd, they got really got into it. They was screaming, hooting, hollering, and going. And I got done. That manager, he come down, he stood beside him. I mean, real tall, skinny-looking guy, like he maybe just out of college or something. And he starts telling him, he said, "You set a guitar on fire in my bar." I looked at him, I said, "Yes, sir, I sure did. Yeah, that's what I did." And he said, "It's illegal to burn anything in a bar in the state of Tennessee." And I said, "Well, shit, I've been breaking the law for 15 years. And he just he didn't like that, and he started threatening to ban me from his bar.
Really?
And I had to tell him, I said, "Buddy, if you ever seen a video that I put up of my dressing room, the toilets was put together with duct tape, and it's like the back alleys of Harlem inside the dressing room." And I told him, I said, "Buddy, I said, you can't even get a good toilet running in there." I said, "And you think I'm concerned about your bar?" I said, It's downtown Nashville ain't what it's cracked up to be. It's just a name. That's all it is. It's just a name. Everybody that seems to play for free down there, I don't play for free unless it involves maybe a cancer patient or maybe a terminally ill kid or something like that, and that's a different story. But but they make millions down there off them beer sales, bar and all that, and they don't want to pay nobody. And I just don't do that. Can't do it. They got to spread it around.
Well, I had never really thought about it like that. But, yeah. And, I'm always people know your worth and don't be afraid to ask for money.
Right.
I mean,
I'm usually paid before I get to a show. Used to it wasn't like that, but once I built myself up to a certain level, and then they do that now. It's all in contracts and stuff. It works out a whole lot better. I've been with the ones that try to stiff you on your pay and or try to cancel there. They find out they ain't got the money, or it's some crooks. There's really a lot of crooks out there you got to watch. And I've dealt with, it seemed like every one you can think of. I've played behind chicken wire. I've played in strip clubs, cat houses.
You name it.
I even honky tonked in church.
Wow.
A pastor called me one day, and he was asking me to do a performance on a Sunday, and he kept talking. He said he's pastor so and so, and I finally had to interrupt him. I said, Mister, I said, do you know who you're talking to? He said, yeah, you're Pebo Wilson, ain't you? I said, yeah, that's me. He said, yeah. I said, well, what am I supposed to play? He said, well, what you usually do. And I kept thinking, man, I got to go in and play like you're drunk and slept with another man's wife and run off with old lady, all that stuff, here in church. I said, I'm going to get struck by lightning before I ever get moving, And he kept on, but sir, it was that. But I know so many songs I was able to pick through it and keep real clean music and did stuff for them.
Wow.
And so it worked out, but I just kept waiting for that lightning bolt to hit me as I walked out the door. I just knew it was going to hit. And I've never done that again. I felt so guilty on that. It was a Catholic. It was a big old Catholic church. So, and I've never been in one before. And I said, well, but at my last time, I said, no more honky tonking and taking those kind of chances. I'm a little superstitious and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I would be too. Now, you're playing in quite a few places, and are you on tour? Yes.
I'm off right now because I'm having to get these movies taken care of. I've got about 7 more movies I've been asked to be in, and so we're doing that. Finishing up an album, trying to record. Just things like that. We got a lot of overseas stuff we're trying to set up. We're trying to get a world tour set up to begin later this come winter time. And I'm not sure they're working on it, but I know where it's at the moment. I got the guys in LA are handling that.
Now, the movie you are working on now, or that's what you got to work out?
We done one. Working on we got a karate movie, we got a western, and then there's one like something like the Matrix type stuff. Then we got some more horror movies or thrillers, as you want to call. But we got one out right now, which I've posted on a page called Red Forest. It got released Tuesday, I think, last Tuesday, I believe it was. It'll be on Netflix fairly soon, but it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Wow. That's awesome. But, yeah, I mean, if you're doing all that, and there are quite a few singers. Yeah, what do we call ourselves nowadays? I usually just classify singer-songwriter. It just depends, I guess.
Right. Well, anything in the music business, anything you can get your name on, it just helps you. The more you're known, the better the shows are.
Right.
And
But now, what about awards?
Awards. The last awards I got was from that. I don't know if I want to get into this or not. It might be some people get mad. But those Josie, I think that was the last awards I got. But I don't know. I try to be straight about all that stuff, but I don't know. I don't agree with how it's set up, but.
Well, there's quite a few people that are like that. Yep.
Yeah, way too many nominees. And I got embarrassed by the last time. I invited my producer and his people, multi-platinum producer, millions of albums, as my guest to come with me. And my friend that lives in your area, Darryl Brown, James Brown's son, Godfather of Soul. So they come, been my guest, and they started naming off them nominees. They just looked at me. He said, "You're kidding, right?" I said, I know what you're thinking. And then some of the performances, they just started laying back. Said, "Oh my God!" They said, "You're kidding me." They was going, "What a joke! what a joke. And I said, well, and then they told me, they said, you need to distance yourself from this. And that's what I've done. I won't be attending it this year.
There's plenty of other award, I don't even know what you call them. See, I'm all new to that, and that's what I'm working on, is getting to know the nuts and bolts of all of how that works.
Yeah.
Because some of it sounds easy and some of it doesn't sound easy, right? I know you have you can nominate yourself too, I guess.
Well, that's it. You can have yourself nominated and all that stuff. There's just, she's got the goodness at heart. She's trying to do right, and you know, and I understand that. But I think there's another one in there as far as getting a little money with it. You know, they make a lot of money off that award show. But it's, I said, I'm not attending. I've had several people want to know, make sure to be there, and I know. It's even in my backyard this year. It's at Dollywood. Well, I've done played that stage. I've done played there. It's no thrill for me to go back and play there. I lost a talent show there to the McCarter sisters. You remember them?
Yep, I remember that.
They had a couple of hit songs, done some stuff with Dolly and all. Yeah, I lost to them. I think I got a second place on that stuff on regional music.
Well, second place is pretty good too. I mean, just because you don't hit number one doesn't mean, you know.
Yeah. What Dale Earnhardt say? You're just the first loser. Yeah.
All right. Yes, he did.
The first loser.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a buddy of mine there at Nashville. He was nominated for a Grammy Award and stuff. Went to all that, and he said, you know what the real meaning of being a nominee at the Grammy Awards? And I said, I don't know. I don't have a clue. He goes, that means you lost. It's just plain and simple. They know who won. They tell you where you lost and won before you even get there. I said, oh, so that's how it was. Yep,
wow.
That's it.
Well, there you go then, right?
Hey, it's all money. It's all money.
Well, that's what I was going to say about the Music City, and that's what a lot of people are complaining about. I mean, it's just a money racket. So,
they're trying to weed out a lot of the crooks. Just like John Rich, I think he called out that Iceman guy. Hey, you got to pay him to do this or that, you know.
Okay.
And it's about put him out. I mean, and I expected on another one or two. Also, I'm waiting for it to just pop up.
Just all fall out all together.
Yeah. When it hits the fan, it just goes, spreads everywhere. So.
Yeah, I wonder how long it's before that happens.
Yeah, when they got one like that, there'll be more. It's that's just like all that stuff going about in Hollywood, you know, about all the Me Too movement or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's they just start falling like dominoes.
That's true. Well, why don't we play another song, Pebo? Let's see what I got. You want to do Gave a Little, Took a Lot?
Okay. That would be fine.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you talk about the song we played in the very beginning? Because that's one of your big songs that you're promoting, right?
Right, yeah. Barn Burns Down. That's written by my cousin there that I was talking about in Nashville, Chris Wallen. He pitched that to me.
Uh-huh.
And it's on mainstream radio right now. But like I said, we're competing with millions of dollars. So I've got people behind it. You know, I just don't have the money behind it. So we've had a lot of DJs who's messaged me wanting the song. And so we let them have it. We're in 28 states right now pushing. Wow. And overseas, we're doing real good overseas too. But we're trying to get on up there. We're working on a second release, probably this fall. more of a ballad type stuff. But yeah, that right there would just hit it hard. Cause me and Chris wrote it. We grew up together, and it's just it's everything in my 20s. it's just everything. And so, but yeah, it's. I love the song. We played it live for a year to test it out real good, and it's
right.
Everybody's always had nothing but good compliments about it, and so we're rolling with it. We think it's going good. 9 North, they think it's going to be a monster hit. So we haven't even really put a hard push on it yet. So we're hoping to get that done within the next month.
Well, that would be great. Well, why don't we play Gave It a Little and Took a Lot? Why don't you tell us about that song, too?
That is a song off my first original album that I wrote. You get sitting back thinking about people that you sort of hurt and broke their hearts, and you just fooling around, and they sort of get attached, and got thinking about stuff like that, and I got after a show one night, I had one come back and talk to me about what went on, and I didn't know myself, and got thinking about it, and that's why I wrote that song. Come back home, and told the wife about my conversation and stuff, and we just wrote it. Got to feeling bad and guilty, and so that's what I came up with. The video was on YouTube. We did a video to that song.
Awesome.
But it's pretty good.
I've been watching a lot of those videos this afternoon. So they're awesome. So let's play that and hold on the line, and we'll come back after we play the song.
All right.
All right.
What would you do with a falling star? No more dreams. Would you let him back in your heart and take him home? I know it's been a long time since I held your hand in mine down by the lake. Bottle of wine. Oh, I still have those days. If not for my foolish pride, I gave a little, but I took a lot. Thought I deserved everything I got. They say there's a price you pay for every heart you break. I don't know why I carried on that way. So on bended knee, could I come home to stay?
to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network. We are broadcasting live off of Blog Talk Radio. Our call-in number is 646-668-8941 if you'd like to call in. Tonight I've been talking to singer-songwriter Pebo Wilson. But yeah, I guess it is a dog-eat-dog out there, Pebo.
That's right.
And if you don't have backing, but that takes a lot of getting. And see, I haven't been in radio either a whole long time. And if you don't have that backing, the radio's the same way.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a shame it has to be that way. You know, I have so many friends that's musicians and writers and stuff, you know, and that's great. And I wish nothing but the best for them, you know. But then I also have some out there who will try to rewrite your songs and push them off as their own. So it's you got to keep everything sort of close shoulder to you. And
and that's the same way with shows. I've had a couple of shows like that I've had to cancel because of that.
I don't understand people sometimes, but
no,
I
the
just
best
go on.
thing that you do for yourself is to do a contract, friend or not. You know,
right.
It comes down to that final signature. I have found that out the hard way.
That's me too. The shows, everything's contract now. Anything we do, it's got to be in writing, because it's getting so hard to trust anybody.
Well, it's for your safety. I mean, that's your work. You put your hard sweat and tears into building yourself up like that for somebody to come along and just take a rug out from under you, you know? Oh gosh, I built it up. I mean, I've unfortunately I've had to. I guess in a year's time, I probably fired 100 musicians. Wow.
They just and I still take shots from them all the time. You know, they their little cover tune, playing their cover tunes, but there's a reason you wind up letting go. It's either drama or habits or monkeys on the bank they can't get rid of, or they just can't play. They can't keep up. You know, so. Because it's just when you get more of the professional side, it's just so it's everything's got to be right on with it.
Well, and that too, and you know, it's just I say it's just me, but I do have great people out there. You know, people sharing your information, people listening to your shows, and you have to be your own public relations person pretty much all the time. I mean, you know, doing the ads and stuff, it's not easy. People just think you sit down and put on a show, but it's not like that at all.
No, there's a lot to it. We're like I've been like a turnkey operation there for quite a while. We have our own stage and all. We've done the tour bus, the trailers, the road crew, management. There's so many in my circle that does so much, and that's just for 30 minutes to an hour show, and then the work begins, all the tear down and moving on, and it's just so much to the tours and stuff that people really don't see.
Your shows, do you have a way to track your analytics and the people that have came in to listen to your shows and stuff like that? Do they have stuff like that?
Caught half of that. You broke up on me. Say one more time for me.
Do you have a way to keep track of the people that have come through to see your shows and listen? I know they do online and things like that, but when you do a show and stuff, do you have analytics that show the people that have came in?
No, we're not that high up yet. And we just greet them, talk to all of them as much as I can. We sign our autographs, take our ticket sales, and move on. And we really don't get into that. That's more into the it's actually the next level. If this song, everything goes good with this song on mainstream, yeah, that will be the next level. That's the next level I'm trying to get to right there.
Well, see, that's why I like to know all those things and how things work. I'm just the messenger, y'all. No.
Oh. Well, the ones like now, the guy, he played drums for me for about 12 years. He drives the tour. He drives on the big tours now. He's been she was on Florida Georgia Line tour for 2 years, and he's on Darius Rucker's tour right now. And
wow.
And they just so much to it. I think Florida Georgia Line, I think they had 9 semis, I think it is, and 2 tour buses.
Wow.
And it's such a big thing. But those labels, they put a lot of money behind those. It's expensive.
Well, see, that's your sponsors. And that's the same thing with radio. If you have sponsors backing you, then you can go up to that next level. And I haven't really looked into what it takes for the sponsorship yet, because I haven't been here a whole long time either. So.
Right. Well, sponsor, it's the investors that does it all. For myself, I get paid once a year. That's how it works with me. I get paid once a year, and then anything from the shows and all that, it goes into the pot. And also, after the expenses are taken out, then that's what I know what we made for that year. And it's the same way with the big folks. They'll give them a little bit of money up front for each year, but they'll also charge a big interest rate on it. I made the William producer bait. See, Jason Alden, his first year, I think he got $250,000. I think it was for that first year, and but he didn't clear nothing that year. He was actually still in the hole after they paid for all the expenses for the tours and all that stuff. So he had borrowed. It's just borrowed money. So he borrowed that again for the next year, and it took the third year before he was really cranking out the money, and he is coming out good on it.
There again, people don't realize all of the things that are put into the things, and thinking people get paid right off the rip, and their songs, and they don't. So.
Yeah.
And some people still to the day don't get paid.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put my name on everything, like these movies, everything that goes where I said it goes in the pot to pay. Just to keep building up, and downloads, album sales, concerts, because all that fuel. When you run them tour bus, see, my tour bus is paid for. That's the good thing about it. So we're just paying out fuel. But for a tour bus, I checked on this probably about a month ago. To get a tour bus right now, it's $500 a day rental, or it's $10,000 a month, and that's what they pay out for them buses. And it is just, oh my gosh! I thought, well, dang, we got ours paid for. I played for mine. My equipment, everything that I've got, I played shows for. I started out, the very first show I did, I had one of those PV monitors that snaps together. A lot of musicians, they'll know what I'm talking about. It's it snap together, and you just unsnap them. Okay, I put one in one corner behind me and one in the other corner behind me. And we didn't have a full mic stand. We had a mic stand, but it didn't have a bass on it. And I took a block of wood and drove it into those old concrete weights like we used to lift in high school, with plastic filled full of concrete, and used that for the stand, and played my first show with that, and took all that money and kept putting it back. I played for a living for a long time there and didn't do anything else. But we played 6 and 7 nights a week, and we was making about $6,000 a week, Ron, and that's how I got to meet people like I did 3 months with Vern Gosden. We'd open up for him, and one of the nicest guys that you'll ever talk to was Vern. He'll sit down, he'll take a motel room, he'll play cards with you. He just straight up, and this is after he quit drinking, and he was. Do good, and this is like the early '90s, I think it was, but that's how we built myself up with my equipment and all. Sound. We got sound guys, bus drivers. Got 2 bus drivers who take turns back and forth. And plus, I still do work. I work too, because like I said, I only get paid once a year. So I'll do some stuff around for like dairy farmers and stuff like that. I'll go get them some feed and things like that. It's good, real good money too. So anything that I take out of that pot, I can put it right back, and it just more or less just keeps going. So, but there's a lot of work to it, and a lot of people, they just don't understand it. And I can tell you something else. You get here and you get on Facebook and you start putting these live videos and all, and you really, like I said, when I was talking about you getting out of pitch and things like that, all you're doing is just shooting yourself in the foot. It's sad to see some of that.
But that's what I told somebody. Asked me, are you able to play out here in Athens, Georgia? You go around with your case. I forget what the terminology was. With your open cases, cash, throw cash.
Right.
And that's what I said.
Yep.
Yeah, you can play out there as long as you don't hit a wrong note, and then it's illegal. I said, but it's true.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. But we've just started professionally with this stuff for the past year and a half, which you can tell the difference in my Barn Burns Down video and my older videos. You tell the big quality difference, because we did that in downtown Nashville down on 16th Avenue, and it's totally different. The other videos are okay for what we use to film them and edit them, but it got me where I needed to go and all. Now there's some videos on there that some people have recorded, and where the sound guy really wasn't good at the venues and things like that. Oh gosh, I wish I can get them took off. But I can't do nothing about that. A sound man make you or break you.
Well, I guess that's why a lot of musicians do a lot of the lyric videos, because of the sound quality. I mean, and it's the cheaper way out. I love seeing the live videos that y'all put together. Because that's like putting your heart and soul into something.
It's just so much sweat, and you of course, I mean, you can't make everybody happy. I don't care what you do. There's haters everywhere you go.
Oh yes.
But I'm not really in a certain category. I'm more, I don't know, my producers more call me more of a Americana type sound, because I'm doing some country, but I'm also, when I go play live, it's more of a rock, up tempo stuff, and which I was raised. Well, no, tagged with that a lot. I do get tagged that a lot, but rock is rock. To me, it's whether it's southern, northern, whatever. It's blues.
Well, we were talking about this last night. You got pop now,
right?
And now it's pop everything: pop country, pop rock and roll. You name it, pop rap, even. I mean, I don't know how they came into so many genres like that as they did. And I don't even know how to figure out the genre categories that they have.
Well, the music is changing. There's been just so much feedback on the modern country right now. There's just so much hate out there for it. And of course, these new kids stuff, they like it and stuff. But it is changing. But it's not going to go back to the traditional stuff. All the big people that I've talked to in the industry, everybody seems to think everything's going more the realism, just real people.
Right.
You put your story down in song and just throw it out there. And that's like John Pardee. He's doing probably the most country stuff right now, but he's not even country. He California. He buys him an old pickup truck just for the videos. He got a country bone in his body. Runs around downtown Nashville all the time, stiffing people with meal tickets and beer tabs and stuff. Yeah, but that is what the labels are feeding, the big labels, you know. So, well, even I think Big Machine with Scott Bruchetta, he's got a contest going now, trying to find the next rocker. And oh my gosh, I've heard some of the bands competing in that, and it's just like there's no way I would get in front of somebody playing that, you know, kill your mama, shoot your dog stuff, as I call it, and can't understand the word. It's just a big racket, a roar. And I played metal. If you got no words, you got no song, you got no story. It's
like a bunch of words just thrown out there.
That's it. I'll tell you. We one of my former booking agents. I mentioned this venue in Charlotte, North Carolina that I wanted to play because it's had such a history, and it's a big venue. And I said, yes, man, I want to play. It's called the Trademark Music Hall. Well, he booked me all right, but he didn't tell me it was a battle of the bands. So we showed up, rolled in on a tour bus, you know, come through there, made a stop, walked in, and the lady, she starts popping off. I mean, she's a real smart ass going on. And I said, I said, I know we're supposed to play. I said, I don't know what time we're playing. And I said, there are other bands? She sort of looked at me like I was stupid or something. And she said, well, I tell you what, she said, you're going to play first. I said, play first for what? I said, it's daylight. It ain't even dark yet. And she said, this is a battle of the bands, you know, and there was all this kill your mama, shoot your dog stuff. It's all these garage bands. And I said, here I am with albums and tour bus, and you want me to play in front of these people? She said, yeah, you're going to play with it. I said, all right. So I told the guys what's going on. So we went on, we started setting the stuff up, and they said, everyone the roadie, he said, how come you're not using your regular guitar? I said, because, well, we only had to play for 4 songs. I said, well, so I got the guitar that one of them that I usually burn, set up for it. I played it, and we got to play the original stuff, and we did up tempo. You know, we did a ballad, and I waited to the end to do a song that I got called "Playing with Fire." And I set that guitar on fire. Them bouncers was jump out going to try to put that thing out, which I always play barefooted. So as they was trying to jump up on stage, I was planting my foot in their chest, putting them back off the stage. So it was burning. We got music. I got all the words out, and I had to go from one side of the stage to the next, kicking them off. It burning, and the guys, they was screaming and hollering. My drummer's having a ball. He's on, oh yeah, hell yeah, that's what they call outlaw country. That's outlaw country right there, junk like that. And we stopped, and as soon as I ended the song, that crowd erupted. It's standing ovation. And that made those bouncers even mad. They was back there running their thumbs across their throats to the sound man to cut it off, and it was just
hilarious.
But so and we just walked right out there, signed a few autographs, and of course the man, he come back out there to the bus, and we fixed to leave. He apologized to me, you know. He said, "Oh, we didn't mean to just offend you or anything like that." And I said, "Hey," I said, "this is way below my level." I said, "I like your venue, but not like that." And he said, "Man, we didn't have a clue you was who you was." So I said, "Well," I appreciate you, you know, apologize and all that stuff." So we didn't go way around and see who won. We just got something to eat.
I think sure I know who I have on my show.
Yeah. And then the venue burned down like 2 years later or a year later.
Oh,
and
it
people would No, people started tagging me on a picture of it, wanting to know if I had been back there to play. I said, no.
Not.
I thought that's karma. That karma coming back on.
Yeah, I would say so. Well,
But
that's funny.
It's just something where I don't put myself in a certain genre, and I've never called myself an outlaw. I never have. I just play. I write it. If I live it, I write it, and I just do it. Whatever how it comes out, that's just the way it comes out, and I just let it go with that. And I don't understand some of that. I don't know anybody out there right now that's outlaw country except for maybe Travis Tritt. That's about it. They can let them say what they want, but
I don't even know if he. But I haven't heard
they
any
just think nobody left. There's a lot of wannabes in that type stuff, but
right.
So when Willie's gone, that's probably gonna be it. That'd probably be it right there.
That'll be all, because everybody else is already gone, aren't they?
Right. That's it. That's it.
Good.
I got. That was a whole different thing for me. When I got turned on to Willie and Waylon, it was on. I said, "There's my kind of music." I said, "I like that now."
Yeah, I like all that too. Well, do you have anything coming up? I mean, are you playing anywhere this weekend?
No, I'm recording this weekend. I've got to go back to Nashville and got to lay down 2 more tracks. With one of them's actually with my daughter. She's wanting to get into the industry a little bit, and so we're taking her down. It's going to be her first time doing it.
Awesome.
So it's going to be interesting for me.
Mhm.
But
that'd be good that you have somebody in your family that does follow in your footsteps, even if it is your daughter. Right?
Everybody in my family plays something. I've got 15 aunts and uncles on both sides, and everybody plays something, from a juice harp to guitar, drums, bass, banjos. We can make our own movie about deliverance if we wanted to,
Yeah, I'm piano. I just bought me a guitar, so wish me luck.
Well, yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Yep, I'm trying. I got some of them down, so we'll see. I play piano, so I'm like, how hard can this be?
Piano and fiddle is the hardest to play, and I can't play a fiddle. I'll make it just like a cat, grab me by the tail and run your hands up to backwards with it. That's all I can get out of one. Piano, I can do enough piano to get by, but I won't play in front of people.
Right.
I'm not that good. It's just not my instrument. So I've got an awesome piano player. He's also killer sax. He plays everything. He utility player. He is awesome, young guy there. But we'll say something right there. We was talking about those awards, those Josie Award stuff. I want you to think. A lot of people's listen to it, and they say, "Oh no, he just probably throwed something bitter or something like that." No, and it ain't nothing like that. Because remember, I've won. I've won. So, but when you win, just for example, if you win songs like, how can a song be a song of the year when it ain't been out but a week? You think about this. Everything is common sense. Everything's common sense. And how can songs be nominated? There's even songs nominated this year that ain't even been released. So how can it be a song of the year?
Or entertainer of the year. Right. That's better.
Right. When you never played, I've played in front of thousands, and when you get entertainer of the year and you're sitting on a little bar stool in front of 7 or 8 people all the time, that's your it don't make no sense to me, and it never has. I tell you what, when the first time we went, she had contacted me and wanted me to come to Nashville Awards, and I looked at my wife. I said, would you like to, you want to go to Nashville for the weekend? We'll see what's up with this. And we went, and they was talking about an award there. And they just talking. They started talking about an artist, and they started talking about having their animals and stuff was on stage, and I looked at my wife. I said, there's somebody in here trying to copy me. And she went, no, surely not. And then they started talking about the bears and stuff like that on stage and snakes. I said, there's some SOB down here trying to copy me. And she goes, listen. Then she said something about the setting the guitar on fire, playing and all that. I said, hell yeah, they are doing somebody down there trying to copy me. And then they announced the award for me, and it sort of shocked me. And I got a picture, the photographer, she took that picture as my face went shocked, I said, well, I guess she was talking about me instead of somebody going on. And it surprised me and stuff. But she, like I said, she's got the best intentions, and I understand that, but
Right.
the people that she's got in her corner are about as dumb as they come, and it just don't work like that. You can't have 25 nominees for a dang award, and half of them, when you hear,
all that. Now that you guys are talking about it, and I hear other people talking about it, then it's got me thinking, okay.
Yeah, I try not to get in the middle of it, all that bunch of junk and stuff, but I do make sure that anything that's got my name on it or do with it is legit. I don't have my name associated with something that's got questions about it. And so that's.
And there's always, and you're seeing all the time on the news nowadays. And just the other day I saw, and it might have been on Facebook, where somebody was saying, excuse me, that somebody had taken their song and that the words were too much like theirs and blah blah blah. I'm like, and they didn't really sound alike to me, but it could have been one word off, I guess.
Yeah, well, they've much done it. Rascal Flatts has had to pay out a couple of checks. They put a song out. The music was the same thing as Pat Benatar's I can't remember, Shadows of the Night, I think it's the name of the song. And the music was the exact same thing. You put her words over their music and everything was exactly the same. And so they had to write a check out on that one. I can't remember what the other song was for.
That's copyright, people. That is copyright. Better watch what you do.
Yeah, it's you don't have to copyright everything right off the bat. If you've got like a dated video performance or something like that,
or cover,
you can still verify and all before you had to send it to the Library of Congress. Because things have changed so much now that it gives you time to gather up maybe 10 or 12 songs and send them all in at once, and just instead of paying a certain fee for one dang song. And but as long as you've got a date of creation on it and it's out, say somebody wrote it, say they take their acoustic guitar and they write it and they put it on Facebook. Well, that is a form of a copyright because there's a date on it when it was posted and stuff. And so if somebody come up and say somebody listened to it and they turn right around and write that down and go record it or go ahead and send it off to the Library of Congress, well, you've got that video to dispute it. You do have that rights well, we didn't have that years ago. It's changed so much. But I don't do that. When I write something, I don't turn right around and do acoustic of it on Facebook. I always want to get the music right and get the production right of it before I ever, because I change my mind on a song 2 or 3 times, a lot of times the way I sing it and the way I phrase it. I always try different phrasings of how I want to do it, because just to make it the best I feel I can make it.
Right. Well, people, musicians a lot of times might not think about stuff like that. Do you think they're not? No.
I don't know about some of them. It's there's a lot I've heard downtown Nashville. Me and my daughter, we pull up to the corner and fix at a red light or something, and you can hear them in them little bars, and she'll look at me and she goes, "Are you kidding me?" I say, "Honey, it's downtown Nashville. They playing for free. That's why they're in there. They're playing for free." I said, "But we get on the outskirts of Nashville, you can hear some really, really good bands. You know,
Right.
a lot of the late night venues, real late at night, you really hear some good bands. But those daylight hours, they're far and few in between."
It's been a long time
Yeah,
since I've been to Nashville, but I have been planning on making a trip there maybe this fall, but I don't know.
Well, I am supposed to make a trip in your area. You're Athens, right?
I'm asking.
Right, Athens. Okay, well, my buddy Darryl, like I said, Darryl Brown, he's James Brown's son. He's asked me to come play a show over for some big restaurant they got for the PGA Tour when it comes in and stuff. Want me to come over and put on the show. So I may be doing that. I haven't told him for sure on it because we're writing some songs together and working on some stuff and yes.
Now, will that be in Athens or is it further down, like Macon?
No, it's not Macon. No, it's right in Athens. I'm assuming it'd be pretty close to the golf course.
Right.
Is what I'm assuming.
Straight downtown. There's a lot of clubs downtown.
Oh, there was a honky tonk I played there a few years ago. I think it was Bootleggers or something like that was the name of it, I think.
And there's there's a real big theater out here called the Georgia Theater, Rooftop.
Rooftop Theater. Okay, I have to remember these venues. I'm working on a new booking agent right now, and I get contacted by booking agents all the time. And first thing I say to them, I say, "Well, if you're asking me these questions, did you not research me before you sent me stuff?
No.
How are you wanting to book me if you don't even know what I sound like?"
Right. And like I said,
know,
that's the same thing with me. I did all kind of back research on you and last night, and it takes time to put that stuff together, and that's what people don't understand. It's not just to go in there, fly by your pants kind of thing you do. You got to go in. I research everything.
Well, it's just I don't get them. I've had 4 booking agents at one time, and I still done most of the booking. I don't call them a booking agent if they just put your name on the website.
You got to do it yourself, I guess.
Hey, I had the base booking agent around, but he died on me a few years ago, and he kept me busy. I mean, it was like 6-7 nights a week, and he was probably the only booking agent I've dealt with that was any good. But now I've got a newer level of booking agents, like ones that handles Georgia Satellites and guys like that, you know, does Joan Jett and stuff. So it works out. Everything's working out pretty good.
Well, we'll be excited to see where you end up next, Pebo. I do want to thank you for taking time to come on.
Hey, it's no problem. I'm glad to talk to you and stuff. We'll be putting shows out, but I don't put anything on Reverb Nation anymore. I just don't do that. I haven't been on Reverb Nation in 2 years. So if that's where people try to look for shows and what I'm doing or anything, I don't do any of that. But I always let people know where I'm going to be at when around it. So, but yeah, it was real nice talking to you. I hope everything works out for you and show and stuff.
I think well, like you said, you have to build yourself up. So, and that's what I'm working on too. So, I think we'll go out. You want to go out with The Devil Has to Win?
Why not? That was a touching song to write there. I've had a couple of family members die of drug use, you know, and couldn't never get that monkey off their back, and so that was an easy song to write for filming a movie for that. And I was asked to write it about a heroin addict who had lost his family and all, and wanted to know what I could come up with. So that's what I did, and so everything went pretty good, I believe. Especially my sax player, he loved playing that song.
Well, like I said, we'll be watching for you and see what you do, and yeah, keep us posted on your songs coming out and things like that. I'm hoping to eventually maybe do just a full-fledged, nothing but music show. If I can fit
there
it
you
into
go.
my and just
Yeah,
play
you
music.
go, just program it out. Shoot, yeah, that'll work.
That'll work for me too. So we're going to close out here, and we'll be back here tomorrow night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Brett Dudenhofer, he's fiddler player. This guy's awesome, so tune in tomorrow night as well. And we will see y'all later. Thank you again, Pebo.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, now, bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
Let's go out with this, Pebo. The devil has to win.
Sometimes the memories come and go quicker than the needle hits the floor. Now I've surrendered all my pride. I don't give a damn how much she cried. I know it hurts her. I'll never feel the pain she goes through. I never will. I guess the devil has to win. Every now and then. Wasted time when I was young. So many things that I could have done. I let this world take me in. Life's pleasures that never end. Now even though I survived the times, I wonder what could have been. Yes, the devil has to win. Every now and then. I never see pain in her eyes. Most of the time, I'm out of my mind. Can't live it over again. Guess the devil has to win. Every now and then.
Hi, folks. This is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
We're playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN Intercom Radio.
Audible is making summer a little bit sweeter for Amazon Prime members. For a limited time, you can join for just $4.95 a month for your first 3 months and enjoy the stories you love outdoors. Use the Audible app and sit poolside with J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or hit the beach with Stephen King's The Outsider. You'll get 1 credit a month good for any audiobook. Exchange any you don't like. Summer is the perfect time for this Prime member offer. Get it now at audible.com/prime.
Paint like a pro even if you're not one. Start with Lowe's and pick up the brands pros rely on and pick up the know-how to get it done right. With a reputation on the line, pros know that brands like Purdy and Cabot deliver solid results. So if the go-to pro brands work for the big jobs, you can count on them to work for your projects. For the know-how, like choosing colors to taping and techniques, you can count on Lowe's for as little or as much help as you need. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.